This is Outland Road in Hickory Hill, about a few miles from where Tyre Nichols was stopped by MPD's Scorpion unit. And just 3 days before, another young man, 22-year-old Monterrious Harris, says he too was beaten by the same 5 officers charged in Tyre's death.
He sent me a clip of Tyre, like when he was in the hospital, and it had all the officers down there. So I was reading it and I was like, these are the same officers that beat me up.
January 4th, 3 days before Tyre Nichols was stopped by Memphis Police Scorpion unit and beaten, 22-year-old Monterrious Harris was waiting for his cousin outside an apartment building on Outland Road.
That's when like masked guys with masks and hoodies on, they came out of like nowhere just asking me to get out the car.
Monterrious says the men came around a corner and did not identify themselves, so he thought he was being robbed. He backed his vehicle up, hitting an object behind him. Shortly after, Monterrious noticed an officer's vest with gun magazines clipped to it and believed he was a form of authority. That's when he got out his car.
I like put my hands up and I walked towards him and I'm like, what's going on? You know, and he grabbed me, hit me a couple times. The other guys, they closed in on me.
Monterrious says one officer slammed his head in the concrete. He says it wasn't until he called for his cousin and neighbors came outside that police stopped beating him.
I was scared, like I didn't know what to expect. After they had already had me detained and stuff, they kept saying how they wanted to air my car out, and one officer was laughing at the other officer. He was like, oh, you got your red beam on. And he was like, yeah, I was ready to, you know, shoot him.
An officer in a marked vehicle arrived and took Monterrious to 201 Poplar. A nurse there requested Monterrious go to the hospital. He was taken to Regional 1 and released a few hours later back into police custody. The police report says Monterrious violated a number of laws, including evading arrest, possession of a controlled substance, and convicted felon with possession of handgun. But a federal lawsuit filed on his behalf states that the gun was not Monterrious and belonged to his cousin. While in jail, Monterrious' mother called Spence Partners Law, and days later, they learned the officers charged in Nichols' death are the same names of the officers listed in the police report for Monterrious.
We filed a lawsuit because we believe that we can prove that there's a policy and custom in the MPD in the manner in which they violate the rights of young black men like Monterrious.
Monterrious lawyers say they're glad the Scorpion unit has been disbanded, but there's more work ahead.
What we don't know is whether this unit is something that was an aberration itself, or is it something that's capable of repetition.
Monterrious lawyers say they are reviewing video and audio from that encounter with the Scorpion unit. We reached out to Memphis police. They say they are looking into this investigation and will not comment at this time. In Hickory Hill, I'm Brittany Moncrief.